Heavy Russian shelling has led to massive destruction in the Chernihiv city. Though invaders have retreated, but residents are fearing a counter-attack. The city has come to a standstill. Houses are charred, lawns are cratered, buildings have been destroyed. Many people are still in the bunkers, fearing for their lives. India Today's Zaporizhzhia reports the horrors people are facing. Here's more.
Homes after homes completely shattered, completely destroyed. Nothing left here. In fact, the residents don't even know if their neighbors are alive, where they were living. That's been the story of several cities in Ukraine. In Chernihiv, the Russian forces made a bloody assault, carrying out missile strikes on several buildings that are completely destroyed. It's going to take a very long time for people to get back to their normal lives. And amid all of this, there is still fear that there could be another offensive launched by the Russians anytime. In Chernihiv, this is home to several people who lost their homes. In this basement, which is being used as a makeshift place to ensure that people have a roof to stay, especially at a time when it's freezing cold outside, it's snowing, it's really difficult to go about your lives. But this is what war has done. It has brought people from various walks of life, young people, children, old people, all here trying to make sure that they can go about their lives in a normal way. It's not easy. The city of Chernihiv was almost under siege for 40 days, and this is a glimpse of what life here is. There are people who are trying to keep themselves busy, and it will take a very, very long time for these people to go back to their homes and lead normal lives, because their homes were completely shattered in that bloody assault from the Russian forces that took place, and how the Russians controlled this area for 40 days. But now at least the Russian forces have moved back, but it's still going to take a long while for these people to get back to their homes. With camera person Lalit Joshi in Chernihiv, Abhishek Bhalla for India Today.
Today's Mosmi Singh also visited Zaporizhzhia hospital, where a heavy influx of severely injured civilians from the war was seen. Take a look at this report.
The devastation continues in Ukraine. Putin's military is targeting multiple cities in the country. Orikhiv, which is one of the cities that's faced massive destruction. Victor, a local resident India Today spoke to, shared the horrors he faced. He's lost his beautiful house to the war.
I will show you the entire house. From the road, you can see that the entire drawing room is actually been thrown open. The walls are falling. This is his living room, his bedroom, everything. He's been picking up pieces. It's a holiday today, but Victor has no option. There's no water, there's no electricity, and this is in fact where he sleeps. He sleeps and he cooks. You can see that this is his bed. He shifted his bed. An old man already ailing. This is the face of Ukraine.
They were shelling in the night. I spend the night in the kitchen of my house. It is higher than the other spaces. This is our life. You do not know whether to go to the basement or continue to lie in the kitchen. I'm old. I'm 73 years old. It is like this for everyone.
Tamara says she survived World War II. She claims the Germans then spared their homes, but not the Russians.
How are you feeling?
My daughter lives in Russia. She calls me and asks me to come visit her, but I have dogs and cats in my house. How can I leave my country and my home? In the Second World War, the Germans never bombed houses, but the Russians are doing just that.
The city is facing continuous shelling, but Ukrainian soldiers are putting up a fight.
Even as you hear constant bombardments that are happening on the other side, sir, what is happening?
На данный момент мы наблюдали, как начали в очередне бомбить місто Оріхів, яке немає тут.
In this town is no basic Ukrainian soldier. It's not soldier in this town, but Russian soldier attack this town, attack building people. They must live there. Oh my God! Oh my God! We must go.
We have to go very fast. There is a lot of bombardment that is happening. Plumes of smoke, bombardments, missile attacks is what we see in this in the backdrop.
India today saw Russian shelling from close quarters.
How far are the Russian troops? Can you ask how far are the Russian troops? Ooh. So here you can see that the attack is happening. We will have to move, and the Russian troops are very close. यहाँ से बहुत करीब है और हम लोग को यहाँ से निकलना पड़ेगा. हमारे कैमरा पर्सन परमिंदर शर्मा लगातार ये रिपोर्टिंग आपको दिखा रहे हैं और हम लोग के लिए यहाँ पे रहना खतरे से अब खाली नहीं है.
Even schools haven't been spared.
These are just the latest pictures and the first ever that you see of a school that has turned into a nightmare for the authorities, for the people who live here. Glasses all strewn around, and that's the kind of damage that these small towns are facing.
According to local residents, they used to keep a count of the strikes, but after 1,000, they stopped keeping a tally.
All right, India Today's Mosme Singh visited Zaporizhzhia hospital where heavy influx of severely injured civilians from the war was witnessed. Take a look at this report.
So India Today is trying to bring out the real story from the ground, and we are in a hospital in Zaporizhzhia that has seen a heavy influx of people injured from the war, civilians, children, women, and this story is a living nightmare that we are going to talk. Of course, we have taken permission from Lesa and Vita. Now, Lesa and Vita from Hulepole, and Vita was just her entire bandage was changed. You can see that this is the sort of injury that was caused to her. She was shot by Russian soldiers right here. The entire inflammation spread because she was also operated by apparently some Russian quack doctors who stitched her, and then the inflammation got worse. Vita will show you his bullet injury. In Hulepole, they own a big house, and the Russians, in fact, bombed it, and after they had bombed it, they went back to get their documents. They went back to get their passport, both of them, and when they were at the basement, the Russian soldiers started firing. She got the injury right in her stomach, the bullet in her stomach, and Vita has been living a night of horror. She has been recovering in this hospital when the Russians, they didn't want her to go back to Ukraine. They kept on saying, get medicated, get treated in a Russian hospital, Russian surgeons. But her situation kept deteriorating, kept on oozing out of her body, she kept losing blood, and that's one reason that neighbors helped her to actually come to this hospital in Zaporizhzhia. This is not the only story. A story of horror, of killing of civilians, and alleged shooting of civilians indiscriminately is what we see here in the Zaporizhzhia hospital.